let me explain what happened here, okay? So over the weekend, there were leaks from the set of Legend of Zelda. And I believe this movie is filming in New Zealand, very similar locations to where the Lord of the Rings movies filmed. Miyamoto has talked about working on this movie for years and years and years. AV-ARAD is involved. Sony's heavily involved. It's a really, really big deal for them. We knew about the casting. And ironically, I believe the casting happened in a similar way where there were leaks, probably due to casting grids. And then Nintendo saw that happening, got really mad about it, and then they confirmed publicly. Nintendo really doesn't like leaks, dude. I don't know if you noticed. I don't know if you've ever seen any of their lawsuits. They really don't like that shit, okay? So Nintendo don't play. However, in an interesting, nice turn of fate, and I'd like to find the more high-def versions of these. Why are these such low-res versions here? This is weird. But we did get official reveals from Nintendo for the actual look of the movie. This is your look at Link. Okay. This is your look at Princess Zelda. This is your look at the two of them together. And I don't know about you guys, and I'd love to know what you think. But as far as I'm concerned, perfect. Amazing. Absolutely incredible. I saw the comment that I saw that I think summed it up perfectly was somebody on Twitter said they look like cosplayers and that means it's perfect. And so this is kind of a thing, not to go completely on a side tangent here, but like, bro, we've seen this shit with Hollywood for a while. Okay. Technically, this still happens to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, where you will have, let's say, a character like Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers. And Marvel has their way of depicting Carol Danvers. And then you have cosplayers and fans that have their way of depicting Carol Danvers. And the difference is usually that the cosplayer actually loves the character and puts all of their time, energy, and really their heart and soul into creating a costume that allows them to become the character. Okay, subtle difference here. And by the way, we've seen this before with like, remember when they did Apocalypse, the Fox X-Men movies did Apocalypse, and everybody brought up all the cosplayers that are way better? This happens a lot, you know? But it didn't happen here. And that's quite interesting. I can't help but think this is something to do with Miyamoto, maybe Wes Ball himself, obviously the costume department, the art team, creative directors. But whatever concoction of voices in the room led us to this place deserves some praise. This is truly cool. I'm really loving the look of this. I'm sort of extrapolating from this what a Ganon or a Ganondorf might look like. I am extrapolating from this what a Master Sword might look like, what a Temple of Time might look like, what an underwater temple might look like. You see? So this kind of a leak here, and then I guess the official promotion revealed, it really sets into the mind of the fans expectations of what the overall film will look like. And consider my expectations to be pretty high at this point. I always loved Zelda. I think these Zelda games, and you know, Zelda is unique in a sense to some of the other Nintendo brands, truly, because its own mythology is so big. And there have been so many great versions of the games. The games themselves have such iconic sounds, maps, art design, characters. Zelda is a franchise ripe for franchising and coming into live action and getting even more people into it. And, you know, so Nintendo is doing their stuff with the Illumination. You know, the Mario Galaxy movie is about to come out. Word on the street is they're doing a Donkey Kong movie. and maybe they want to do a Smash Bros movie with all of those characters, okay? And to me, the Mario movie worked really well because it felt quintessentially Mario. I think the characters of Mario work as cartoon characters. I think those ideas and concepts work in the form of animation. And at first, I was a little bummed that maybe Zelda and Link wouldn't actually be involved in that because they appear to be live action, right? And that kind of means that unless they're doing some Roger Rabbit shit, they're probably not going to take these characters into the Smash Bros. Movie or into those animated films. They could, but I doubt it. But what a smart move from Nintendo, from Sony, to recognize that this particular IP is a bit different than a lot of the other Nintendo IP and can work in a way that others cannot, mainly actual high fantasy. These movies could end up being Lord of the Rings level. I truly mean that. I truly believe that. I think the mythos is there. I think there's a built-in audience. There's a lot of people like myself. Like, I don't know the last time I played a Zelda game, but I love Zelda. I will definitely go see this movie. I'll take my son to see this movie. You know, like, I'm about this life. And I think there's probably a lot of fans that feel that way. I think these games have had a massive impact on a lot of folks in a similar way to Minecraft. So you could see some of that Minecraft energy coming in, except this is obviously a lot more serious, a lot more respected. Yeah, so I think, number one, I think they're absolutely cooking, dude. This gives us a nice visual palette. It can allow us to extrapolate out how these other things would look. I think the casting choices, I mean, we haven't heard them speak, but damn, these casting choices seem good, dude. With this makeup, with this costuming, this is perfect, dude. The next thing that's going to really pull this all together, guys, is the music. And the music in Zelda is incredible. Do we know who's doing the music for this movie? I gotta find this out, man. I would like to find out who's doing the music for the Legend of Zelda movie. Because that is a huge deal. Let us see. No composer has officially been announced. Some speculate that Koji Kondo, the longtime Zelda composer, might be involved in some capacity. Yeah, I don't know. That's what I found. I don't think they have an official composer, unless I'm missing it. Giacchino? Yeah, maybe. Okay, but let's see what you guys have to say about that. Let's start here with this $10 super chat from RM. Appreciate it, brother. Says, man, if they come out with a Smash Bros. Movie and have Cloud show up in a post-credit scene, take all my money. Dude, I think a lot of people feel similar to you. And it's a fan servicey thing that hasn't really been tapped into yet. We've spoken a lot about how the comic book genre seems diminished. And I think it sort of rode a wave to overexposure and to oversaturation. At the very least, the comic book genre thing needs to recalibrate, needs to consolidate, and I think needs to go for it with like spectacle. The video game adaptation stuff is certainly on the horizon as a big, big factor. I talk about the anime stuff a lot. I think anime is huge, obviously. It's yet to be determined how big live action anime could be. The One Piece show is the best example of success of that so far. But video game films are on a similar trajectory. The Mario movie, the Sonic movies, the Last of Us TV show, the Fallout TV show. Video game adaptations are performing quite well. And it's obviously the case that a lot of fans have interacted with these games over the years, and that builds a relationship. It gives you a feeling of comfort, a feeling of nostalgia, a connection to these brands. That also serves as social proof for the normies. So the Fallout show, I think one of the reasons the Fallout show was so successful is because a lot of Fallout fans are out there telling people about it. Like, isn't that obvious? But think about what that really means. And I think that that's a thing that Marvel basically doesn't have anymore. So, yeah, man, if they did a Cloud, if they do the Smash Bros. Movie, like, yeah, I'm telling you, these could be like $1 billion, $2 billion, like huge movies potentially. So, yeah, I think that's a good point and a good question. Andrew Shark says, I need Mass Effect. Dude, I'm feeling you on that, dude. Mass Effect has the potential to be really good. A little concerning that they're going away from Commander Shepard. It's apparently a whole new story in a new galaxy. Don't know if I love that. That's what Star Wars needs right now. I don't know that that's what Mass Effect needs, especially because the first game has the best story. The first game's story is one of the best science fiction stories ever told, bro. When you find out what's really going on with that ship and that one homie that you've been fighting the whole time, holy shit. What a mindfuck. Orange Grove 55, what up, brother? Hope you're doing well out there. Super Smash 64 can have all my money. Yeah, it would be great, man. Yeah, it would be great. Greg, what up, brother? Hope you're doing well out there. Hans Zims. Oh, dude. If it's Hans Zims, that would be great. Oh, that'd be incredible. Yeah, that would be good. That would be real good. Ludwig earned his stripes as well. He can compose. Yeah, dude, Ludwig's awesome, of course. Absolutely. If they do Super Smash Bros. Movie, wouldn't be mad if they introduced the CGI Link that had nothing to do with the movie. Fair. I wouldn't be mad either, to be honest. You know, I'm kind of rolling the idea over in my head, but fuck it, bro. That's not a bad idea, bro. Thank you, Greg. I am having a good day, man. We're cooking on stream, and we haven't even got to the whiteboard yet. Oh, my God. Wait till we get to the whiteboard. Okay, one more story. Chat. Let's talk Toby, and let's do it quick, and then let's get into the whiteboard. And I'm